Welcome to Peace Mind, the home of fascinating book summaries and powerful ideas that can change the way you think forever. Today we are exploring The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, one of the most controversial and influential books about power, influence, psychology, and human behavior ever written. This book is not simply about manipulation. It is about understanding how power works in the real world, whether in business, politics, relationships, leadership, or social life. Power dynamics exist everywhere. And according to Robert Greene, the people who understand these invisible rules often rise to the top while others remain confused about why they keep losing. In this summary, you'll discover why people secretly play power games, the most important laws from the book, how influence works in human psychology, why emotions can destroy power, and how awareness can protect you from manipulation. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. It's the nature of power. Robert Greene explains that power has existed throughout all of human history. Kings wanted it, politicians wanted it, business leaders wanted it. Even ordinary people seek influence in subtle ways every day. The problem is that many people pretend power does not exist, but ignoring power does not protect you from it. According to Greene, understanding human behavior is essential. People are emotional, competitive, driven by ego, fear, desire, and insecurity. And those emotions shape decisions more than logic. The book studies historical figures like Napoleon, Machiavelli, Louis XIV, and many others to reveal timeless patterns of human behavior. Greene argues that power is often less about strength and more about perception. How people see you matters enormously. Law 1. Never outshine the master. One of the most famous laws in the book is never outshine the master. People in positions of authority often want to feel respected, admired, and superior. If you make them feel insecure, threatened, or overshadowed, they may secretly turn against you. Many talented people fail because they unintentionally make powerful individuals feel weak. Greene explains that intelligence alone is not enough. Social awareness matters. Sometimes success depends on making others feel comfortable while quietly building your own influence. This law is not about becoming fake. It is about understanding ego and human psychology. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Greene argues that friends can become dangerous in positions involving power or business. Why? Because emotions complicate decisions. Friends may become jealous, entitled, or resentful. Meanwhile, former enemies often work harder to prove loyalty once given an opportunity. This law teaches an important lesson. Trust actions more than words, and never let emotions blind your judgment. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. According to Greene, revealing every plan makes people predictable and vulnerable. When others know exactly what you want, they can interfere, manipulate, or block your progress. Powerful people often maintain mystery. They control information carefully. This does not mean lying constantly. It means understanding strategic silence. Sometimes saying less creates more influence than saying too much. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. People often weaken themselves by talking too much. The more you speak, the more likely you are to reveal insecurity, emotion, or weakness. Greene explains that powerful people often appear calm, controlled, and mysterious. Silence creates authority. It forces others to pay attention. It also gives you more control in conversations. In many situations, less is more. Law 5. Protect your reputation. Reputation is one of the most valuable forms of power. Once damaged, it becomes difficult to recover. Greene explains that people judge quickly. A strong reputation creates trust, respect, and influence before you even speak. A weak reputation creates doubt. This is why powerful individuals carefully protect their image. In the modern world, reputation matters more than ever. Social media, business, content creation, and public perception can shape opportunities instantly. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Visibility creates power. If nobody notices you, your influence remains limited. Greene explains that many successful people understand how to attract attention strategically. Throughout history, leaders, artists, and public figures use drama, mystery, and bold actions to remain memorable. Attention creates opportunity, but Greene also warns that negative attention can become dangerous if not controlled carefully. The goal is strategic visibility, not chaos. Enacted Law 7. Get others to do the work. One major principle of power is leverage. Powerful people understand how to use systems, teams, and networks effectively. This does not mean exploiting others unfairly. It means understanding efficiency. No successful empire, business, or organization is built alone. Delegation creates scale, and scale creates influence. Law 8. Make people come to you. Greene explains that chasing people constantly weakens your position. Power often belongs to the person who controls the situation. When people seek your approval, attention, or expertise, your value increases. Scarcity creates attraction. This principle appears everywhere in business, relationships, marketing, leadership. People value what feels rare and difficult to obtain. Law 9. Win through actions, never arguments. Arguments rarely change emotions. In fact, arguments often make people more defensive. Greene explains that proving someone wrong publicly can create resentment and humiliation. Instead of endless debates, powerful people often demonstrate results. Actions convince more effectively than words. Success itself becomes proof. Law 10. Avoid negative energy. Emotions are contagious. Greene warns against surrounding yourself with constantly negative, dramatic, or destructive people. Fear spreads, panic spreads, bitterness spreads, but confidence and optimism spread too. The people around you strongly influence your mindset and decisions. Protecting your mental environment is essential. Law 11. Make yourself valuable. Dependence creates influence. If your skills, knowledge, or presence become valuable, people naturally respect and seek you. This is why continuous self-improvement matters. Learning communication, leadership, creativity, strategy, problem solving. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities appear. And then Law 12. Use selective honesty. Greene explains that strategic honesty can build trust. A small moment of honesty can make people lower their defenses. But he also warns that complete emotional transparency can sometimes create vulnerability. The key idea is emotional intelligence. Understanding timing, understanding people, understanding perception. Law 13. Appeal to self-interest. Most people are primarily motivated by their own desires and needs. Greene explains that influence increases when you understand what others truly want. Instead of focusing only on your goals, understand theirs. People cooperate more when they feel personally rewarded. This principle exists in sales, leadership, marketing, negotiation, and relationships. Law 14. Observe quietly. Information creates power. Greene believes strong observers often gain advantages others miss. People reveal themselves constantly through emotions, habits, body language, and reactions. Listening carefully often teaches more than speaking endlessly. Observation builds understanding, and understanding creates strategic advantage. Emotional control. One of the most important themes in the entire book is emotional control. Greene repeatedly warns against emotional reactions: anger, desperation, impulsiveness, revenge. These emotions cloud judgment. Powerful individuals stay calm under pressure. They think long-term. They avoid reacting emotionally in moments of tension. Self-control creates clarity, and clarity creates better decisions. The danger of arrogance. Ironically, power itself can become dangerous. Greene explains that arrogance destroys many successful people. Overconfidence blinds judgment. People begin underestimating opponents, ignoring feedback, taking reckless risks. History is filled with powerful leaders who collapse because of ego. True power requires awareness and discipline. Modern relevance. Although the book studies historical examples, its lessons remain highly relevant today. Power dynamics exist everywhere. Corporate offices, social media, politics, business, friendships, leadership, content creation. Understanding psychology helps people navigate the modern world more intelligently. This does not mean becoming manipulative, it means becoming aware. Awareness protects you from manipulation while improving your ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead effectively. I have final lessons. At its core, The 48 Laws of Power is a book about human nature. It teaches readers to observe carefully, think strategically, and understand the invisible dynamics shaping society. Some readers view the book as dangerous, others see it as realistic. But regardless of opinion, the book forces people to think differently about influence and behavior. Perhaps the biggest lesson is this: power often belongs to those who understand people best, not necessarily the loudest, not necessarily the strongest, but the most aware. Conclusion: thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this summary of the 48 Laws of Power, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Peace Mind, and turn on notifications for more fascinating book summaries and powerful ideas. And remember, understanding power does not mean abusing it. True wisdom comes from awareness, emotional intelligence, discipline, and self-control. See you in the next video. Peace.